Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you guys are. Welcome back to another episode of Relaxing with Radha while we discuss business. Today we're going to have a very special guest with us. Her name is Dimple, and she's going to be sharing her journey into the digital world with us today. So I'm just going to bring Dimple on right away so she can give an introduction of herself. Hi, Dimple. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, Dimple. Thanks for asking. So, Dimple, where exactly are you from? Let's start with that.
Oh, yeah, I would love to answer that. So, like Radha mentioned, my name is Dimple Patel. I'm originally from India, got, as an immigrant, like to Canada 2 years back. I live in Brandon, Manitoba with my two lovely kids and my husband. I'm a finance professional, and we just came across, like, with our chat, that we both are financial advisors, in fact. Okay, so I'm working as a financial advisor, been with the banking industry for over 16 years right now, and I really enjoy my job. I become an online digital business owner last year, and I enjoy doing that as well. So, short introduction about me.
How's the weather in Brandon right now, Dimple?
Oh, I would say like the past 3 days, it's been, a little chilly and, a little bit of rain here and there. So today also it's like quite chilly. I'm not gone out today. I'm getting vaccinated. So, let's see. The weather
Let's see.
is this week it's going to be like that because we have a long weekend. Monday is a holiday. So just trying to relax at home with kids, chilling around, doing some business, and having some lot of fun around.
Us, it's been very warm here on the East End. I'm in Quebec, so we have people in their pools already having fun and enjoying
Wow.
the heat. Yeah, it's been very, very warm. It's amazing, and actually we love it because we have very harsh winters. So having a nice warm day is something we're all looking forward to when it comes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even Manitoba has got harsh winters. Like, I would say this was last year was my second winters in Canada, and it was not bad. But the first winters definitely it was like crazy. It was like feels like -50, and I'm like, oh God, that was like I'm completely new to this weather, right? In India, we don't get weathers like this.
It was a
So
shock to your body.
yeah, absolutely. But somehow managed, like, to go through over it. And, I'm really happy that I found, Canada as my second home country, and really enjoying, meeting different culture, different people, learning from them, growing together, especially with this business. Also, we have exposure all over the world, right? So it's so much of fun around.
Sure is. So, Dimple, do you want to tell everyone why you decided to become a digital business owner?
Absolutely. So when I came to Canada, my dream was like, when we are leaving a home country, what should we achieve? Like, we have multiple goals, like, sending kids to, good school, and, good university. University expenses very high, and, I have a lot of dreams like buying a house and many other dreams like sending some money to India. Like, my parents are still there. So those dreams were there with me. When I came here, the taxes are really high, right? And with this whole pandemic, rather, I would say like, it gave me a lot of fear that, I don't have enough experience, like, coming to Canada, and, what if I'm going to lose my job the other day? Like, how do I survive? So that gave me a lot of worry. And I thought, there should be some backup plan in action. And I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. Neither I wanted to go for a second job, because then I'm again, missing those quality time with my kids, right? So I was, searching for different options. I got into something else, but I was not happy with the way it was, because it needed a lot of time and, follow up and everything, which I didn't want to do it. The reason I started this business is like, this business is so flexible. It runs with my own terms and condition. So I thought, yeah, this is it. I really want to start something as a side hustle, as a plan B, you can name it, maybe a early retirement, or, you name it. And, you have those, things in mind. And, that's the reason I thought, let me get into the digital space and enjoy that time, freedom, flexibility, and also earn a revenue aside.
It's amazing how a lot of people, it's true, they start looking for second jobs to do because they think that's the only way that they'll be able to make another source of income coming in to support their families. And you're right, with the pandemic, I think a lot of people have been hit to the fact of thinking that what about me? Like, what about if I lose my job? What if I'm cut hours? What if this? And people are realizing that nothing is stable, especially now. I mean, it's really, I mean, a lot of people have been doing their jobs for 13, 15, 20 years. And even then, there's no more stability left in those jobs due to this pandemic now, especially. And I think developing yourself according to how things are moving with technology, I think is the best way. And I think it's also we're like working smarter than actually physically working harder to accommodate our needs and our wants in life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even, we have been working, I've been working, like I said, for 16 years rather right now. And I know what struggles I had and, how much time I have to dedicate to my work, especially while I was working in India. I used to work for long hours, like, maybe 12 hours, 13 hours. And I'm like missing those times with my family, and I didn't want to repeat that same mistake coming to a new country, because I have come here with bigger dreams, bigger aspirations. And if I'm missing those, I'm repeating the same mistake, then it becomes pointless. Like, I don't want to repeat that. So that was my biggest reasons, that I really wanted to work, like you said, work smarter than harder. And I'm really enjoying this journey which I'm having with all of you, because we make friends, we learn, we grow each together, we celebrate together, we are there to support each other for any kind of, like, if you're stuck, if you're not happy, maybe you need some guidance. Anybody and everybody is supportive in this community, and you can reach out to them and take guidance. So that's how, that's what I love about this business, and I really enjoy doing it.
Yes, there's quite a few pluses to the business that we'll be discussing later in our conversation today. So, Dimple, do you want to tell our audience how you found out about the business and the steps you took to become a digital business owner?
Absolutely, absolutely. I would love to answer that. So, like I said, I was looking for options in the online space. So, one day I was scrolling my newsfeed in the Facebook, and I came across an ad of my mentor and coach. She was at the comfort of her home, like, having kids around. I could resonate with her story. And she was saying that, it's so flexible, there is no selling involved. I like that part, like, there's no selling involved, there is no bugging friends and family. So I was thinking, if she can do it, why not I? So I quickly registered myself on her website by giving my name and email ID. And the first step was to watch the 90 minutes free info session. It's absolutely free, of course, there's nothing to lose. And in that 90 minutes, you come to know about the business basics, and you also hear from other successful business owners across the globe who's been doing this business and doing really amazing with this business. So I was like, I was very curious to know what exactly this is. Like, I really want to do this. So I took the next step. I signed up for the next step, and the beauty part is, like, you also have 30 days guarantee there. You're not losing anything. You have 30 days time to make an informed decision whether this business is something for you or not. And when you get into that community, or rather, like you would have experienced the welcoming, the community, the support, and the entire information about the business, how it works. I was so thrilled after that. And I didn't waste any time. I did my coaching call with the coach and signed the business contract and become a business owner. It is so simple. And when you become a business owner, you get the entire access to the training, which is so easy to follow, step by step, simple videos. Anybody who is having a basic English knowledge can easily follow the training and get it going from there. I was up and running in 2 weeks time, rather. And other part is like there is no inventory or there is no bugging friends and family like you mentioned, and everything is online. You don't even need to be in touch with your manufacturer. Like everything is designed in a way that it comes as a whole package. You just plug into the system and you're up and running with your business. Which business gives you this all this flexibility?
Not many, that's for sure. Dimple, like, who would you recommend this business to? I mean, like, do you think anyone and everyone could do it? The specific careered people or not careered people? Do you think this is made for any particular group of people, or
Oh, no, Radha, not at all. I'm not saying that this business will work for everyone, but this business can be for anyone. That is the thing. We have seen people from all walks of life. Like we have doctors, we have nurses, bankers like us, financial advisors like you. I mean, stay at home moms, like you name it. And we have those professionals in our community, and they're just killing the business. They are taking it to the very next level. So only thing what you need is like as long as you're coachable, you're willing to learn, things will work for you. You just need to follow the training as it is, like and also follow. We have masterminds, right, every week, so which explains, which brings a lot of strategies how to grow your business. Just follow all the training and everything, and you will be fine. You can do this business. And the other thing is, this business works, like I said before, in your own terms and condition. There is no fixed schedule. You don't need to report to anybody. There is no number games, nothing. You are the decision maker how you want to run the business. So even if you are not willing to go lives like this, absolutely fine. No difference at all. You can run your business the way you want. So this business works for everyone. You just need to have that motivation and passion and determination to go beyond your, you know, dreams, go behind your dreams and just achieve it.
just taking that one extra step to getting to where you want to be, pretty much?
Absolutely.
But do you think having a digital business, I mean, like a business, just through hearing the word business, people think it's going to be like you're going to be putting a lot of time and energy. Can someone have a digital business and still have their career, or would they have to leave their career to be a digital business owner?
Absolutely not. Then I wouldn't have been doing this, right, Radha? Because I love my job. Along with that, I'm having kids. I do my daily chores. Like, I have, my home, things to do every day. Along with that, I'm running this business. I just spend about 1 hour with this business on a weekday, and that too, like I just break it down, like maybe 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes during my lunch break, in the evening, or maybe 15 minutes before I go to bed. That's it. And my business is running in the background 24 by 7. My intervention which I need here is only 10 percentage. The 90 percentage is taken care by our automated system, by our system. So that 10 percentage what you're doing is what you get to know, what you get to learn from your training. So you don't need to leave your career. It's absolutely your choice. When you're like grown big in this business, if you want to leave your career and completely focus on this, you're free to do it. So we have seen people like starting as like a part-time, and then they move to full-time, and then they leave their career like behind. But it's absolutely your choice. You can run it together. You can run it part-time, full-time. You're free to do it. And eventually what I think is like when your business is growing, your family members will also join you, because they see the real potential of this business. When they see your checks which is coming out from this business, they also want to join you and support you. So things works like that.
Did you have any difficult times before joining the business? Like, did you have a husband who said, "What do you think you're doing?" or family members who said, "Oh, I think you've gone crazy"? before you or when you were joining the business? I know a lot of people have a hard time because their spouse is not supporting them, or that their family is criticizing them. Like, did you have any of these issues? And if you did, how would you
So
advise others like, with this?
yeah, even I get to know, I get to hear a lot of these things, like my husband is saying no to it. So yeah, to be honest, initially my husband was also skeptical. Like, he was asking me, you also already have a career, why do you want to get into business? Because business is not easy. But I gave him that confidence because I was confident enough to do it. If I'm not confident, I cannot explain that to him and make him understand this will work for us, right? But I told him, like, give me some time, I will show it to you how this works. Because once you get into the community, you get to know, you see the results, how people are earning, growing, and how things are working in this business. So I told him, like, give me some time. I will show it to you. Like, this will work for me. This will work for us as a family. And now he is extremely happy that I took that decision at the right time. Because tomorrow, if I'm not having my job in hand, I'm having something to rely on, which is very good. So which can be taken care. I'm building my legacy. I'm building. I'm moving towards my dreams in a positive way. So many things are falling in place with this business. So definitely recommendable. Come try, come join us, see if this is something for you or not. At least you're learning something new, and then make a decision. That's what I can say, rather.
So, people always say, why do I have to pay the 149? Why don't you just give me all the information when I ask for it? How would you respond to that?
The most common question, I would say.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
So 149, the reason why we have kept is, like, we don't want our business strategy to be known to everyone. We only want serious people to come and see our business, come and see and learn our business model. If we are just like an open book, like, it is not for, like I said, it is not for everyone, like, but it can be for anyone. So you can make that decision, that $149. When you pay that, you will have that seriousness within you, like, yeah, I have to do my research, I have to learn this within 30 days. If you're just like, I'm sending you some information, yeah, go and learn this, and you don't have any deadline, like, refundable policy or something like that. But when there is a money involved, like, you're spending $149, you will be very serious with that, right? You definitely want to learn that. You want to understand how it works, and if it is not for you, refundable, no questions asked. But if you're willing to proceed, we are there to assist you. You move ahead with the next steps, right? So that's why this 149. And with this 149, you get the training, like, once you start the business, you get the training for your entire life, which is free of cost. The system is designed in a way that the training gets updated very frequently. You get to learn lot of new things which is happening in the social media, which you can implement in your business, and your business grows with that. So uh, you know that's why this community is growing every day. Rather, when I joined, it was like close to 50,000 people. Now it's over 85,000 people which we have in the community. There should be some reason, right, why people are going behind this business. There's something inside, right, which is working. So come check it out. There is no obligation. 149 is just, when you convert, I'm not saying it's a small amount or a big amount, but definitely worth checking it, not losing it. If you're not interested, you can get your money back.
You see, the 149 is just to show us that you're actually serious about finding out about the business, pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of people just come around and say, well, let me go check it out, but they're not very serious, you know? I mean,
Exactly.
they don't even watch the no cost webinar. I mean, it's totally free and they don't watch it, right? So those are the people we know that they're not serious about pursuing their business, or want to have a business, or even want to go further in the business. only the people who are actually serious about becoming digital business owners, people who really have their mind set to the fact that, yes, this is what I want to do, are the ones who will play the 149 because they know that this is where I'm going to learn. And the ability to learn, sometimes not everyone is capable of doing that. I mean, you have to put your brain to the fact of understanding, I am going to do something new.
Right.
I will learn it. I'm going to be taught. So everything is taught, but you have to have it in your mind that, yes, I want to learn it, right? So if you're willing to learn, you're willing to pay the 149 because this is where the knowledge starts. Once you pay the 149, you start getting more knowledge. You start making, you start making decision of what I want to do, how I want to do this, and you start meeting. You meet all the 85,000 people that are in this community with us. You're introduced to a community, a system, everything. Your business plan, everything is there, and you're paying 149 for it. I mean, like, and that's a one-time fee, right? So you were never paying it again. So what I mean, like, you're getting everything and all future updates for 149. I think this is like, I think it's a great deal.
It is. It is indeed.
Imagine I had to go. I imagine I had to go and start learning everything on my own, and wow, it would cost me a lot.
Oh yeah, I had a friend who was deciding to start going for a digital marketing course in Canada, and he was about to spend close to $8,000 just to learn the course. Okay, after the course, he has to do his own research, find the business, and then start the business, which needs additional investments. I'm like, are you crazy to spend so much of amount? Come join me, like, 149. I will teach you how to run your digital business.
Which is not, it's true. Like, I mean, look at the difference. 149, 8,000. Like, why would you don't even think about this. I mean, like, like, I'd be attracted to one side right away than the other side, no matter what.
And along with that, you get a mentor, you get a coach, you get the support from the amazing community. What you need next to that, like, you get everything with this 149. So why not?
Exactly. And like you mentioned, it's refundable. I mean, like,
It is.
you have 30 days to check everything out, right? They're giving you the option to check everything out for 30 days. And if you like it, you go ahead. And if you don't, you actually get your 149 back. So
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, even if you're paying the 149, you're not losing anything. Like, that's incredible. I mean, if you're taking a course somewhere and you pay your registration fee and you've entered a class for even 10 days, they're going to cut those 10 days from before they return your money.
Yeah.
I know this firsthand.
Absolutely.
So what happens, like, even if you go into like colleges or university and you go into a course and you started taking classes, well, they're not going to give you back all your money. They're going to cut how many of your days and how many hours you did, and they're going to say, here's the rest of it. Here we're saying you have 30 days. You could
Yeah.
check for an hour. You could check for 50 hours. We don't care. You can roam around everywhere, talk to whomever you want out of 85,000 people, and then decide. And if you
Absolutely.
decide to go ahead, great. If not, well, you're 149, you get the whole thing back. We're not going to keep a penny here or there.
Yeah. And we are not going to run away with that money too.
149 is not going to make us rich, that's for sure.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you think about it, it's a very easy thing. I mean, like, if you think about it logically, it's very easy to think that, okay, 149 is refundable. I have nothing to lose. It's simple as that.
Absolutely.
I mean, did you think about it when you saw the 149? What was your reaction? Were you like shocked?
No, not at all. I was thinking, yeah, 149 is something which I can afford at the moment. And even if I'm not, I just wanted to, I had that curiosity to learn thing, and I was seriously looking for an option, and I was serious, like, at that time, that I want to join and see if this is something for me or not. After joining, definitely I did my research, I did my due diligence, and then that's when I took the next action and next step and become the business owner. So you're free to.
Yeah.
And being said that, Radha, I started this business last year, right? I did file my taxes. I got my T4 receipts for filing the taxes. So, which means that this is a legitimate business, right? If it is not a legitimate business, I won't even receive a T4 receipts for my business. So 100% legitimate. And if you're thinking that, if anywhere, see, I do agree there are a lot of scams outside, and you might have been a victim to it, but this business is something different. We are not going to run away with your $149 for sure. And once you join the community, you can see what is the real potential and how people are joining, how they are growing, and you can meet people, like I said, across the globe. So any corner of the world you can start this business. We have presence in over 23 countries, if I'm not wrong, Raghuda. 20, 20
38.
38.
Yes, 38.
38 countries, yeah. So, and anybody can do this business, anybody can start this business from any part of the world. So it's completely worth checking out.
For sure. I mean, it's global. So no matter what part of the world you're in, you don't need any experience. You don't need any knowledge prior because we have our training, which is easy, which is step by step, so you can actually get everything you need from it. And you get a mentor and coach. So if you ever feel like, oh, I'm stuck somewhere, there's somebody to help guide you to get the right answers and keep continuing on with your business. And then if your mentor coach are busy, you have 85 other thousand people to come in and help you. I mean, you're never alone. You're never alone in this business. There's always someone there to help answer a question or to guide you or to help you. And everyone's willing. That's the beauty of this place, is that no one's pulling anyone's legs or trying to reach the top or all that. There's none of that. We don't have that. We're actually all helping each other because everyone wants everyone to succeed somehow. So not a lot of businesses are like that. Like if I had a store and there was another store next to me, well, I'm pretty sure that other person is going to try to get all my customers and say, hey, come here, I got a better deal. But not in this community. We're not like that. We respect our rules and our policies and everything, and we know that we're all going to go up the ladder. So
Right.
I don't know. I think this is a very good aspect to have in any business. I mean, a lot of people are scared that if I don't make it or if something happens or whatnot, but someone's always going to be there to, say, okay, try this, do that. So it's always a good thing to have, I think,
Right.
especially for someone who's never been. I mean, did you have any business experience before this? I mean, a lot of people are worried that I don't have any business experience.
Not at all. Not at all.
Exactly. And you kind of you learn it all. And it's just, and as you were saying before, the masterminds. We have masterminds every once a week. Those masterminds are there for us. They're done live once a week for us to learn. So there's no business that will do that for you.
Right.
You could buy any business and you're thrown in there and then you learn everything by yourself pretty much. Whether it's a physical business or whether it's any other kind of business, you're kind of learning by yourself as you go on, right? Here, if something new comes up with technology, it's given to us. Hey, there's a change in technology here, try this. We're not trying to figure it out on our own. I don't know. I wasn't very like computer techie ever. I did the basics. I knew how to how to turn on a computer. I knew how to do the basics. But to get all like technical with stuff, I was like, oh no, this is something would be very new to me. And I found it that, oh look, this is pretty easy because I'm just following and I'm clicking, and I'm ready to go. I mean,
Right.
like you said, you were set up in 2 weeks. I'm sure you didn't spend 12 hours a day doing your training.
Oh, and absolutely not.
So I mean, like you might spend an hour here, an hour there, and
uh,
pretty.
During my training period, I would say that I spend like close to 1.5 hours, 2 hours in a day. That's it.
And you were still set up in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Look at that. That's absolutely amazing. I mean, but that doesn't mean you have to do it in 2 weeks. I mean, some people might take 2 weeks. Some people could take 4 weeks. It just depends on your pace.
Yeah,
It's your
absolutely.
business. You will run it the way you want. You will set it up the way you want, how long you want to take, you know? And that's great because there's no one forcing you. No one forcing you, pushing you. There's a deadline. There's a, I need it by this day or this time, You do it as the way you want to do it, right? And
Right.
as you were saying, the flexibility is amazing. I mean, I could uh, I could spend all my time with my kids now, which I found I didn't have full time for them prior to this. I mean, with running in and out all the time, I was, it's like I just picked them up from school. Here, eat, go take your shower, go to sleep. That was my time with them. Now I'm picking them up when they finish school, and I get 3 hours with them after school. Where we
Right.
hang out, we do our thing, and there's no more running around rushing. And I actually love that. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. I always found, having kids and not actually being there for them. I always wonder why did I even bother having kids then? I mean, like we have them, and then we don't spend time with them or quality time with them. I mean, like there's that time we
Right.
just spend doing homework and this and that, but the quality time, as I mentioned once before, my kids love to color. I actually sit down and color with them now, and it's amazing.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've colored since I was a little girl. It's
Absolutely.
And I also, I don't know about you, Dimple, but I find like I've developed personally and professionally with this business. I mean, professionally, obviously, we're all going to grow professionally because of business, but even personally, I found that I have developed my personality, my character, my way of thinking, and my creative part has really come out with this business. I don't know, have you found any difference in your personal self, like a change in your personal self with this business?
Absolutely. I was not a camera person, like, who can go live like this. I've never done that in my life. Yeah, a little bit of, here and there. But no, so I can also experience a lot of change the way I communicate, the way I'm growing every day, the kind of knowledge which I'm getting while I'm talking to other business partners. Everything is so amazing, and definitely it has developed me as a person, and the knowledge level what I'm getting, everything is too good. Trust me, Radha, I've learned a lot. I'm growing every day. I'm learning new things in my life. I'm implementing that. I've changed as a person, and my graph is like gone like this. Definitely, for sure.
I totally, Dimple, I'm going to agree with you on this one. I was not a camera person at all. I'm a very shy, quiet, stay to myself kind of individual. And I know people see me and they're like, oh my God, is that Rana really on camera? Like, that's amazing. We would have never seen that. But yeah, it's brought a whole new person out of me. And I'm actually liking this person who's like more out there and able to do things. But in this business, do you have to do this? I mean, like, some people are still like or will continue to be camera shy or not as outgoing. Is this necessary for this business?
My coach, she's been doing this business for almost 2.5, 3 years. She's never done a go live. Never. And she is one of the top coaches which we have in our community. So you can find the difference. It's absolutely your choice how you want to run it. There is nobody going to ask you, are you going go live, or are you doing this, are you doing that? No, it's not needed. It's your decision. You can mold it the way you want, how you want to, make a, image, or, grow, how you want to grow this business. It's absolutely your choice. But there are things which you can learn, which you can implement. It's absolutely your choice whether you want to follow the same thing, or whether you want to be creative in a different way and implement those things into your business. It's your choice. So that's the biggest example which I have learned. I've never seen my coach going live like this, but she is killing the business.
So it's just however we want to run our business,
Right.
pretty much. I mean, we decide to go ahead and do these go lives so that people get more knowledge about stuff, but it's not mandatory. It's not
It's not.
obligatory to do this. So just some people are scared or nervous. Oh my God, they're doing it. I'm gonna have to do it. I can't do it. And just to let them know this is not mandatory. We're doing because we want to do it. You know,
Absolutely.
you don't have to. So, Dimple, do you want to just tell our audience one more time the steps they have to take to get to the free webinar and what are the steps they're going to take afterwards?
Yes, so the first step is definitely reaching out to Radha and registering yourself in her website. Maybe you're sending a message or personally going and registering on her website with your name and email ID, and she will be sending you the 90 minutes free info session. That is the first step, and once you sign up, like you said, Radha will be welcoming you to our amazing community. You can experience a real change there. You have time to decide, like we discussed, 30 days time is good enough to make any research and understand whether this is something for you or not. Speak to Radha and figure out what are the next steps, and she will guide you with the process thereafter.
Thank you, Dimple. Any last minute advice for our viewers today?
It's the time is now. Don't wait for another time and think and make a decision after 2 months or 3 months. The time is precious, time is running. If you want to do have a change in your life, if you have little bit of desire, like maybe like I said before, so many dreams are there, right? You want to fulfill your dreams, come check this business out, understand this is something which you can do or not, and if not, you're free to exit. If yes, we will be there to help you. So it's the right time. There's no you don't need to wait for so long to make a decision. It's just $149, nothing to lose, everything to gain. It's a knowledgeable session which you'll get after joining us, so worth checking out, like I said before. So come join us, we'll be more than happy to help you and guide you and get you started from there.
So, Dimple, I'd like to thank you for coming on today and sharing your story and your advice to everyone. It was greatly appreciated.
My pleasure, Radha. Thank you so much for having me here today.
It was my pleasure to have you, Dimple. So, guys, as Dimple mentioned, it's not about yesterday, it's not about tomorrow, it's all about today. Today is the time to make that decision. Today is the time to take those steps to make your future, your dreams, actual reality. So, till next time, everyone, take care. Bye.
Bye.